Hello, everyone. Welcome to First Online University, a global platform for all your education and growth related needs. In this lecture, we are going to continue with the chapter P block elements, and we have already covered group 13 elements. Now we are going to talk about the objective type previous year questions from this particular topic, that is group 13 elements. So whatever we have discussed in group 13 elements was sufficient from examination point of view. And now we are going to discuss all the previous year questions based on these topics that we have covered till now. So if you haven't really been concentrating on revising and brushing up your concepts, please do that first before you move on to watching this particular lecture, because the more you are clear with the concepts that we have discussed, the better you'll be able to solve these questions, and that will not only give you a practice, that will not only cover the previous year questions, but that will also give you a lot of confidence if you do it by yourself. Okay, otherwise I'll be providing the answers and solutions um, alongside. Before we begin, a piece of information for you. You can use the coupon codes Mission J or Mission NEET while you enroll at First Online University for Mission J or NEET in order to avail good discounts. Let us begin with the objective type questions now. The first question is, which of the following correctly represents the variation of electronegativity with atomic number of group 13 elements? So when we talk about the group 13 elements, that is when we are moving down the group, the electronegativity is going to change in a certain way. We have already discussed this particular order, and you have to choose the correct answer here. These are the four graphs that are given to you. What is going to be? So it's not like it's not given in the increasing, decreasing order like that. It's given in the graphical form, should not be confusing here. Now here, what you need to do is you need to be, reminding yourself of the concept that we have already discussed. We have even discussed the values of electronegativity for various elements. So I'm not going to be giving you the justifications here and the solutions here. Option 3 is the correct answer. That is, from boron to aluminium, the electronegativity decreases, but from aluminium to thorium, it goes on increasing. We have already discussed this. Next question is, in the following sets of reactants, which two sets best exhibit the amphoteric character? So set 1 is Al2O3.XH2O and OH minus. Set 2 is Al2O3.XH2O and H2O. Then set 3 is Al2O3.XH2O and H plus, and set 4 is Al2O3.XH2O and ammonia. You have to tell which of these sets will represent or is the sets of reactants with which best exhibits the amphoteric character. Okay, your options are 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 4, and 3 and 4. See here, the question might be a bit confusing for you, but all you need to do is use your brains, understand the question, solve the answer. I will not give you hints. I want you to use your logic, okay? Because this is not directly something that we have discussed, but we have already discussed that particular part, okay? So here, let's have a look at the solution. So in the presence of base and acidic medium, Al2O3.XH2O acts as amphoteric, and therefore in the presence of acid and base only, that is in the presence of H plus and OH minus. So option 1 and 3, that is set 1 and 3 is the correct answer. Option 2 or B is the correct answer for this question. Next is diborane reacts with HCl in the presence of AlCl3 and liberates H2, Cl2, BCl3, Cl2 and BCl3. We have already seen this reaction when we were talking about diborane, that it is going to react with HCl in the presence of AlCl3 to liberate H2 gas. Next is, observe the following statements. The first is H3BO3, that is boric acid, is used as antiseptic. In diborane, each boron is sp2 hybridized. No. Aqueous solution, okay, I'm not giving you the answers alongside. Aqueous solution of borax is alkaline in nature. Which of the following are the correct statements? So you have to tell me which is the correct statement. I've already told you the answer for at least the second statement, that is incorrect. Now you have to tell me out of 1 and 3 which is correct, or if both are correct. So I think that answers the question itself because there is no single option in the answer. So both 1 and 3 option, wait, okay, it's B2H6 I was talking about. And we here we have also the banana bonds that are present. So okay, so here it's sp2 hybridized only. I was talking about BH3 which has a lone pair, and I imagined the monomer of it. PH3 has boron, which is sp3 hybridized, but when we talk about B2H6, it is sp2 hybridized boron. So so statement 1, that is boric acid used as an antiseptic for eye treatment, eye infections, we have already discussed. Yes, that's the correct statement. Statement 2 is also correct. And statement 3, that is aqueous solution of borax is alkaline in nature. This is a property of borax that we have already discussed. So all these 3 statements are correct. Okay, so option C is the correct answer. Next question is, what is Z in the following reactions? So BCl3 is going to react with H2 in the presence of copper aluminium at 450 Kelvin, 450 degrees centigrade to give X and HCl. And this X on methylation is going to give me Z. What you have to do is you have to tell what is going to be Z here. So your options are BH2CH3 or CH3 whole 4B2H2 or CH3 whole thrice B2H3 or CH3 whole 6B2. I think we have not discussed this part directly here. So let me give you the solution. See, X here is going to be, so it's like BCl3 on reaction with H2 is going to give me B2H6. And now when we are, methylating B2H6, we are going to get CH3 whole 4 B2H2. Therefore, option 2 is the correct answer. Next question is, electronegativity of group 13 elements follows what order? We have already seen that from boron to aluminium it decreases, and then from aluminium to thallium it goes on increasing. So option 3 is the correct answer. Next question is, boron cannot form which one of the following anions? BO2 minus, BF6 3 minus, BH4 minus, or BOH whole 4 minus. We have seen that the maximum covalency that boron can have is 4 and not 6. Therefore, option 2 is the correct answer. Next question is, diborane reacts with ammonia under different conditions to give a variety of products. Which one of the following is not formed in these reactions? So we have seen that B2H6 reacts with ammonia to give a variety of products. Which of the following is not a product that can be formed? We have seen that the first product, which is an addict, which is an addition product, is formed. We have seen that borazole, that is inorganic benzene, option 3, is also formed. It can also undergo polymerization. Therefore, not formed is B12H12. Polymerization will give Bn whole N. Okay, so that's like a polymer that is going to be formed with N monomeric units. So it is only B12H12 that cannot be formed. So option 2 is the correct answer. Next question is, aluminium reacts with NaOH to form a compound X. If the coordination number of aluminium in X is 6, then what is the correct formula of it? So coordination 6 means there are going to be total 6 ligands which are going to be attached to aluminium. Now what happens is, when it is going to react with NaOH, it is going to form a compound which will have 2 water molecules and 4 OH minus ions present as the ligands. Now, how do we find out that there is 4 OH minus ions? Because if we take X to be the oxidation state of aluminium, which should come out to be +3, water has got 0 charge on it and OH minus has got -1 charge on it. So -1 into 4. So X minus 4 is equal to -1. So X is equals to -1 plus 4, that is +3. So when we take OH minus to be present in the number 4, then only we will get a +3 charge on aluminium, which is the oxidation state of aluminium. So this is how we can predict the product even if we do not remember. Okay. Next question is the chemical formula for feldspar. We have already discussed this particular mineral, which is having the formula KAl, that is potassium aluminium Si3O8. Option 1 is the correct answer. This is again a memory based question. Okay, I don't think there is a solution required. Next question is the number of sigma and pi bonds present in inorganic benzene. So we know the formula for inorganic benzene. We know the structure of inorganic benzene. We have seen that there are 6 sigma bonds and 3 pi bonds that are, No. 6 and 6, 12 sigma bonds and 3 pi bonds that are present. Why 6? 6 between like boron, nitrogen, boron, nitrogen, boron, nitrogen. So 6. And then each boron with hydrogen, each nitrogen with hydrogen. So 6 and 6, 12 sigma bonds and 3 pi bonds. So option 4 is the correct answer. Next question is heating an aqueous solution of aluminum chloride, that is AlCl3, to dryness will give what? AlCl3 to dryness will give AlCl3 or Al2Cl6 or Al2O3 or AlOHCl2. So Al2O3, that is alumina, is what we get on completely heating an aqueous solution of AlCl3. Next question is the structure of diborane V2H6 contains. Okay, so this is something very easy and simple which we have already discussed. So there are 4 two electron bonds and 3 center 2 electron bonds. So option A is the correct answer. Because 3 center 2 electron bonds means there are 2 banana bonds present. Next question is aluminum chloride exists as a dimer Al2Cl6 in the solid state as well as in the solution of non-polar solvents such as benzene. What happens when it is dissolved in water? You have to give the products which are formed. So when Al2Cl6 is going to be dissolved in water in the presence of basic and acidic medium, Al2O3.XH2O is going to behave as an amphoteric oxide. That means it is going to be present in the form of, it's going to be giving this hexa aqua aluminum complex along with 3Cl minus to balance or to neutralize the charge on this positively charged complex. So option 2 is the correct answer. Next question is the molecular formula for potash alum. Again, a very simple question and a very direct knowledge based question. So the correct answer is K2Al2S4H48O40. Although we have not discussed this part, but this question has been asked in previous year questions, has been a part of previous year questions, and you need to know the answer to it. Okay, so learn this potash alum formula. Next question is thermit is a mixture of X parts of ferric oxide and Y parts of aluminum powder. We've already discussed, I think, about thermit. If not, then it's 3:1. 3 parts of ferric oxide and 1 part of aluminum powder. So option 1 is the correct answer. Next question is during the electrolytic reduction of alumina, that is Al2O3, the reaction at the cathode is going to be what? So see, what will happen is, remember that at cathode, it is the aluminium that is getting reduced to Al3 plus is getting reduced to aluminum. So option C or 3 is the correct answer. See, some of the questions are there which we have already discussed in the lectures that we have covered. And some of the questions which have not been covered in the lectures are going to be covered here. And remember that whatever questions have not been covered, that is only because these are very basic, direct, and memory based questions. There is no understanding part that is required in these questions. So therefore, I'm covering them in the form of previous years only and not as different concepts in the lectures before. Okay. Next question is the ratio of the moles of hydrogen which is produced when 2 moles of aluminium react with excess of HCl and excess of NaOH respectively is. So you have to write down the reaction of aluminium with HCl and then the reaction of aluminium with NaOH. Then you have to predict what is the number of moles of hydrogen that we are getting. The ratio of the number of moles is actually 1:1. We'll get the same number of moles of H2 in both the cases. Next question is a mixture of BCl3, that is boron trichloride, and hydrogen is subjected to silent electric discharge to form A and HCl. And this A is going to be mixed with ammonia and heated to 200 degrees centigrade in order to form B. So you have to tell me what is B here. So if you carefully see, the first reaction, that is BCl3 with H2, is actually giving me B2H6 and HCl. Now when B2H6 is going to react with ammonia, it is going to give me B3N3H6, that is this is inorganic benzene, borazole. So option C is the correct answer. This is a reaction which we have already covered, so I need not repeat it. Except boron and aluminium, all other group 13 elements exhibit +1 oxidation state. Why? That is because they are PBOC elements? No. Their first ionization energy is less. They have low melting point or due to inert pair effect. It is always due to inert pair effect that the lower oxidation state becomes more stable as we go down the group. So option 4 is the correct answer. Remember, this is actually a factual part that you need to remember. And for every other group, it's not only for group 13, for every group that we are going to discuss in P block elements, as we go down the group, the lower oxidation state becomes more stable, and the only reason for it is inert pair effect. Next question is, which of the following is not correct? Aluminium reacts with NaOH to liberate H2. That's correct. AlCl3 is a Lewis acid. That's also correct. Aluminium is used in the manufacture of electrical cables. That is also correct. NaOH is used during Hall's process for the purification of bauxite. That is incorrect. So option 4 is the correct answer. Next question is, what are X and Y respectively in the following reaction? So B2H6 with KOH will and 2X is going to give me 2Y. See, remember this is the reaction which we have covered for diborane. This was aqueous KOH that we were making use of. So X is going to be water here. What you have to tell is what is going to be Y now. So since we know that X is water, so option 3 is going to be the correct answer, and KBO2 is what is formed along with H2 being liberated. Next question is, in the reaction diborane plus, okay, we have already covered this question, so let's move on to the next question. Which one of the following elements is a non-metal? Boron, indium, sodium, magnesium. See, we know sodium, magnesium are metals. Out of boron and indium, which is a non-metal, it is boron. Option 1 is the correct answer. Next question is, an element M reacts with chlorine to form a compound X, and the bond angle of X is 120 degrees. So what is that metal? Beryllium, boron, magnesium, or nitrogen? See, we have talked about boron being the element forming BCl3, and BCl3, because it is triangular planar compound that is formed with boron being sp2 hybridized. Therefore, it is going to be a bond having a bond angle of 120 degrees. So option 2 is the correct answer. Next question is, aluminium reacts with hot concentrated H2SO4, and what gas is it going to liberate? SO2, H2S, SO3, or sulfur vapors? It is SO2 that is going to liberate sulfur dioxide. Next question is, aluminium reacts with concentrated HCl and concentrated NaOH to liberate the gases. So we have seen that in both the cases it is going to liberate H2 gas only. So option 3 is the correct answer. These are very simple questions, therefore I'm just quickly moving on. Then what is the formula for diaspore? We've already talked about the minerals of aluminium, and the formula for diaspore is Al2O3.H2O. This is again a memory based question. Next is, which of the following is an electron deficient compound? NaCl, NaOH, B2H6, KCl. So NaCl, NaOH, KCl out of picture. Okay, it is B2H6. Option 3 is the correct answer because it contains boron, which has an incomplete octet. So it will be electron deficient. Next question is, which one of the following elements does not form triiodide on reacting with iodine? Boron, thallium, aluminium, gallium. It is thallium which is not going to form triiodide because thallium has only +1 oxidation state that is possible due to inert pair effect. So it will not go on to forming triiodide because that will involve +3 oxidation state. Next question is, identify the reaction which will not liberate hydrogen, that is H2. Reaction of lithium hydride with B2H6, it liberates. We have seen that. Then electrolysis of acidified water using platinum electrodes, it does. Reaction of zinc with aqueous alkali or allowing a solution of sodium in liquid ammonia to stand. So here now what do we see that sodium is added to liquid ammonia, producing a solution containing solvated electrons, and that is used as a reducing agent. Lithium hydride with B2H6 will form LiBH4, that is lithium borohydride, and it will not liberate H2. So option 1 is the correct answer. So okay, so that was the formation just like NaH reacting with B2H6 to form NaBH4, LiH reacting with B2H6 to form LiBH4. So these reactions do not liberate H2. Okay, so remember that. Option 1 is the correct answer. Next question is assertion. Okay, assertion reasoning question. Assertion is aluminum chloride exists as a dimer through halogen bridge bonds. The reason is that AlCl3 gets its stability by accepting electrons from the bridged halogen. So you have to tell whether both are true and R is the correct explanation of A, or both A and R are true and R is not the correct explanation of A. A is true but R is false, or A is false but R is true. So if we look at this, we see that AlCl3 is existing as a dimer because it has halogen bridges. That's correct. And AlCl3 is getting its stability by accepting electrons from the bridged halogens. That is also correct. And that is why AlCl3 is existing as a dimer. That is also correct fact. So A is also correct, R is also correct, and R is the correct reason of A. So option 1 is the correct answer. Last question is, which one of the following forms a basic oxide, boron, thallium, aluminium, or gallium? Here, use your logic as we go down the group. What happens is that B2O3 is an acidic oxide, Al2O3 is an amphoteric oxide, gallium oxide is amphoteric again. It's only thallium oxide which is basic oxide. We have done this entire table. So here option 2 is going to be the correct answer. So this is all about the previous year questions from group 13 elements that we had to discuss. We will now move on to the next group in P block elements in the next lecture. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for joining YouTube live classes for best NEET or JEE coaching. You can also download the First Online University mobile app through Google Play Store or App Store for continuous learning through your smartphones. Keep learning with First Online University, a team of millions of learners and educators worldwide.